We shall be linking up with our reporter Fred Kagonye for details of this story in our subsequent bulletins. I want us to look at the political diary today, and we are doing that with Patrick Amimo joining us from our Converged newsroom. Amimo, good morning. What do you expect to see in the political sphere today?
Good morning, Maringa. It is today we're just focusing our sights in Laikipia County, where the Deputy President will be. We also focus our sights in Nairobi County and part also Taita Taveta County. So today, this morning, we expect the Deputy President to be in Laikipia to continue with his campaigns for the presidency in the next in the general elections expected August next year. He's been camping in Nyeri County for the last 3 days, trying to consolidate his support in that particular area. There is a scramble for the Mount Kenya region votes. Remember, also the ODM leader has also made several forays in Mount Kenya region, trying to convince voters about there's a block of about 6 million voters which is out. Everybody wants to get a piece of that particular vote. That's why we see the Deputy President, who initially said that he has the support of that particular region. We see him today being hosted by the Laikipia County Women Representative Kate Waruguru. Laikipia County also happens to be the area, the home county for the Service Party leader Mwangi Kiunjuri, and it will be interesting to see whether Mwangi Kiunjuri, the former cabinet minister, will join the DP, because the DP says that he wants all other parties to collapse into UDA, but we've seen Kiunjuri say that that will be dangerous for them. They want to have their parties also compete in the general election, probably maybe only supporting the presidential candidate, but for the other 5 positions they want to field candidates. So it will be interesting to see how that will pan out in Laikipia County as the Deputy President makes forays there to consolidate his vote and try to reverse gains that had been made by ODM leader Raila Odinga when he toured the region last week. And in Nairobi, we'll be seeing the ODM party parliamentary group will be meeting to strategize on the Friday meeting that has been dubbed Azimio la Umoja, where ODM leader Raila Odinga is expected to announce his presidential bid. Remember, early this year we saw the ODM National Elections Board issue a deadline for candidates who had an interest to contest using that party's ticket, but at the end of 31st March, only 2 candidates submitted their names. That is Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya and Costa Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho. But in a swift turn of events, we saw the Secretary General of the party, Edwin Sifuna, claim that was an April Fool's Day, and later on we saw the Elections Board suspend that exercise. And in the course of that particular activity, we saw ODM leader Raila Odinga say that his candidature for the presidency will depend on the BBI process. So far, we've seen the courts halt the BBI process at the High Court and the Court of Appeal, and now we'll be expecting to see whether Raila this time round will make his bid, his stab at the presidency. But then there is an issue. There is a Jimmy Wanjigi who is also in the race, on the ODM race, and we'll be very keen to see how these pans out, the struggle, the tussle between Raila Odinga and Jimmy Wanjigi, who wants also to contest on the ODM ticket as a presidential flag bearer. We've seen Wanjigi say that he's young and he has the experience, he knows how to fix what is ailing Kenya. And we've also seen Raila Odinga and his supporters say that it is time for Baba. So it will be interesting to see how that comes out that particular Friday, and how the Wanjigi-Raila axis will play out at Kasarani, even as the ODM parliamentary group strategizes. And going down coast in Taita Taveta, the One Kenya Lands principles, that is KANU's Gideon Moi, ANC's Musalia Mudavadi, Wiper's Kalonzo Musyoka, and Ford Kenya's Moses Wetangula are already in Taita Taveta, and this morning that they're expected to land at the Salt Lake airstrip at 9:30. And this time around at 10 a.m. they're expected to be at Mwatate Junction doing several road shows. They'll be doing several road shows with the one in Mwatate at 10. At around 12:30 they'll be in Undanyi, and later at 3 p.m. they'll be at Voi Bus Park. So residents of Voi will be expecting to listen to know what the One Kenya Alliance has to say about this particular the goodies they are bringing to them. And remember now, this might be turning out to be a 3-horse race, because so far we've had only 2 parties that have been out there campaigning campaigning, that is UDA and ODM. But with the now One Kenya lands coming out there forcibly, maybe we'll want to see what is in their manifesto and how it will be able to convince Kenyans as they sell their agenda to the rest of the country. Maringa.
Yes, indeed. Amimo, Tobias Change will be giving us, of course, more details of that Coast Kanu Party and the inroads in the Coast region. I want us to delve more into the Saturday convention, that is the Azimio la Umoja by ODM leader Raila Odinga. What is this all about in just, layman's language? What should Kenyans pretty much expect? And the president has recently hinted at backing Raila Odinga. So would we be seeing some of this now coming to the fore? And perhaps what this announcement, what does this announcement specifically mean for politics in the country moving forward?
I didn't get too clearly, Maringa. Maybe
I'm saying the Azimio la Umoja convention by ODM leader Raila Odinga on Friday at Kasarani is one that has been talked about in this past week. Talk to us about that convention coming up on Friday, and the president has recently hinted at perhaps backing Raila Odinga and what this convention on Friday means for politics moving forward in the country.
Yes, this particular Friday meeting is expected with a lot of angst by ODM supporters. We saw over the weekend Raila make forays in Eastlands. He was in parts of Kayole, in Eastlands, trying to rally, and also in Njiru, trying to rally people to come and attend the Kasarani meeting. The Kasarani Stadium has a seating capacity of 60,000 people, and with COVID restrictions or regulations still in place, I don't know how they'll be able to manage that particular arrangement. But so far, we've seen they have reserved the entries for those who will be invited. There are special cards for those who will be invited to attend the Kasarani meeting. So maybe the rest of the public that will come, they'll have to wait outside the stadium, so that maybe those who will attend will be controlled capacity. Probably from the 60,000 seating capacity, maybe we'll have probably between 20 to 30,000 who might be allowed inside the stadium, and the rest of the public will watch from outside as the event unfolds. It's coming at a time when you've seen when the president was in Nakuru recently, when he launched, when he declared, he gave the charter to Nakuru to be a city. We saw the president make most of the clearest hint that his heart is with Raila Odinga, to be his heir apparent. But then we've seen in the past these particular situations, we've seen Uhuru come out very maybe involve himself in politics this time round, and like his predecessor Mwai Kibaki, who never really came out clearly on who his preferred successor was when he was leaving office in 2012, and we saw he left it open. But this time around, we've seen President Uhuru Kenyatta differ with his deputy William Ruto, and we've seen Ruto go out there and say it's like Raila Odinga came and tried to rock with the unity that was in Jubilee, and also diverted the agenda, especially on the Big Four, as he now put his own agenda for the Uhuru succession. So it is a catch-22 situation for Uhuru, whether he supports his deputy and or the ODM candidate who was in the opposition. And in the past, we've seen the president in 2013, especially in 2017, in the run-up, he made very very critical remarks against the ODM leader. We've seen, even during the national prayer days, they could say they were reconciling and they calling each other. Maybe those really words like Mogoroki, people who could not they are using very bad terms against each other. But this time around now, it will be we'll be looking at how President Uhuru Kenyatta will come out to convince his supporters that it's this time around probably Raila Odinga is the best candidate yet, when just in 2017, by October, he was still spewing vitriol against Raila Odinga's candidature and saying he was the person who was rocking his mission, and they had a deal with William Ruto that after he serves his 10 years, then the next 10 years will be for Ruto, and then maybe the opposition will look for their candidate after William Ruto finishes his other 10 term. Because when they came up with the Jubilee Behemoth, they were saying that it was to rule the country for 100 years. So 5 years down the line, we see Jubilee is almost split, and